We showed Captain America earlier, who only had 2 cards. Now we're on to Iron Man, who only has 2 cards. As I said before, Iron Man, there's 2 of them in the starter. 1 is a common in the gravity feat, and 1 is a super rare in the gravity feat. So there's still 4 in the full set, just only 2 in the starter. But you still get 2 dice with them, so that doesn't change. So, first we have Ironman Pro Registration. Also an Avenger. It is nice that we don't have a Team Cap and Team Iron Man or Team Tony affiliation. Instead it's just Avengers. So in the end they all still get along. When fielded, target character die you control gets +2 defense until end of turn, and that's only on burst. So if you get a level 1 Iron Man, field him, something gets +2 defense. Not the most glamorous ability. And then also when you look down at Iron Man's fielding costs of 1, 2, and 3 for a 6/6, 5/5, and 4/4, I really don't like that very much. Yeah, he's only a 4 cost, but I think I would much rather use the Iron Man from Age of Ultron. I'm not super excited about that one. Then our other Iron Man, Director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Enlistment. KO target character die blocked by Iron Man unless target opponent KOs another character die they control. And then character dice blocked by Iron Man get -2 attack. So Iron Man gives you a almost certain wall that's going to knock out whatever he touches. Also nice is that KO would happen as soon as Iron Man blocks, so before damage is done. So he's not going to take damage. Granted, your opponent can KO something else to prevent this, so they might just KO a sidekick to make sure they get through and do damage with something with Overcrush or something else. But even then, when he blocks, that character gets -2 attack. So he's going to be a pretty good blocker. I'm still not the biggest fan of defensive cards, just not the flashiest of card, but a solid one. And here we see Rocket Raccoon makes his triumphant return to Dice Masters. So first off, we have just a 2-cost bolt, Rocket Raccoon, big Flarkin gun. As some will see, when these dice pictures were first released, that Rocket Raccoon icon, some people were hoping that was Squirrel Girl. Nope, I'm sorry, you Great Lakes Avengers fans are going to have to wait a little bit. We still only have Rocket Raccoon. But still, he's another Guardian of the Galaxy, and he's definitely hurt by the fact that he only has a 1 toughness across the board. That makes his 2 costs really hard to want to use, but still a 0/0/1, and he does a lot of damage on his level 3 face. It's tempting, especially because I still want to see a Guardians of the Galaxy team work. That one's not the missing piece of the puzzle. However, the 3 cost here, Rocket Raccoon Furball, this one has a lot of potential. So we have Fast. And for those who need a reminder, this character deals damage before non-fast characters in combat. So essentially like First Strike from Magic the Gathering. But the added bonus here is he has Global, pay Bolt, deal 1 damage to target blocking character die. So whenever it's blocking Rocket Raccoon, if it's a 5/5 and he blocks your 4/1, well, if you just pay 1 bolt and deal 1 damage to that character, then during combat resolution, Rocket Raccoon does his damage first, knocking out the 5/5 who is bigger than him, and he does not take damage. So it's a nice way to make sure that Fast can be used to its full effect. I actually think that's really pretty sweet. It might be one of the better Fast characters we've seen. Granted, you still have to hold on to a lot of bolts to make that worthwhile, but still, I kind of like it. Then lastly, we have Rocket Raccoon Bandits. 4 cost, he also has Fast, and this one is while Rocket Raccoon is attacking, your opponent must block each Rocket Raccoon die if able. So we've seen this ability before on a couple other cards. I can't recall them off the top of my head, but so basically if you attack with Rocket Raccoon and another character, we'll say Iron Man, Rocket Raccoon has to be blocked first. So if your opponent only has 1 blocker, that means Rocket Raccoon will be blocked, and Iron Man definitely gets through. Even if Iron Man's a 20/20, they have to choose Rocket Raccoon. So it's an interesting ability. It hasn't had a lot of impact, but with a 0/0/1, it could make a bigger difference. 4 purchase cost is still a little high for those stats, but it's still an interesting ability, and it could be useful. Alright, and we're ready for our last pack. I'm also super anxious, so go ahead and start ripping there.
Okay, we got Rocket Raccoon and an Atomic Blast. Or a Mushroom. Or a Tree. Oh, I'm not, maybe it is an Atomic Blast. Nitro. I'm not familiar with this character. Rare. When fielded, capture target character die with defense less than or equal to Nitro's defense until end of turn.
Nitro is the one that he blew up and destroyed the town. The one that the New Warriors attacked on the reality TV show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we have, unlike the starter set, another 2-cost rocket. When Rocket Raccoon attacks, deal 1 damage to each player.
That's actually pretty nice. He's a pseudo Serena, half her damage, but he himself does a lot more damage on his other levels. So, except he still has that problem that he has a really low defense.
Yeah.
So
he can get picked off real easy.
As for Nitro, when fielded, capture target character die with D less than or equal to Nitro's D until end turn. So his defense stats are 3, 4, and 5. So that's actually going to be able to capture a lot of stuff. He's interesting. He's a villain. I'm not in love with him, but it seems like it has some potential.